Hi, thanks for checking out the video. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the content, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Hello friends and students, let's study the song. Okay, I have transcribed this piece in the meter of 4/4 and in the concert key of, let's say, B flat minor. But what we're going to do is put the capo on at number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right up here. And we're going to learn it with the capo at number 6, and we'll refer to it all relative to the capo. So we're going to use 4 basic chords to learn a 2-measure phrase. We're going to start real simple and build our way up. So one more time, the capo is at number 6. So the 4 basic chords we're going to use are going to be E minor, and then a C chord, and then G, and then D. Okay, so those are the 4 basic chords. Now I also said that it's a 2-measure phrase. So normally that would mean 2 chords per measure, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but this song uses some anticipation where we play the chord a half beat early in this case. So I'll say exactly what I mean. So we start by counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as we become more advanced, excuse me, it becomes necessary to divide the beats. So for example, we started with 1, 2, 3, 4. It gives us our 4 beats. But now let's divide each of the 4 beats into 2, let us say, units. We can call those at this time eighth notes if you like. So that's going to sound like this. 1N, 2N, 3N, 4N, 1N, 2N. Alright, so now that we have established that, you will play the 2-measure phrase, counting to 4, saying 1N, 2N, 3N, 4N, and the first chord always comes excuse me, on beat 1 of the measure, and then the second chord will come on the end of beat 2. Okay, so what I'm talking about is where to place the chord rhythmically, exactly in the right spot. You can measure it by counting. So the first chord is E minor and the next chord will be C, but what you're learning is that the second chord comes on the end of beat 2, such as this. 3N, 4N, 1N, 2N, 3N, 4N. Okay, then you would do the same thing in the second measure. Of course, the chords are different. They're G and D. But the rhythmic placement of the chords is the same, given the first chord comes on beat 1 and the second chord comes on the end of beat 2. So let me play just the second measure only. 3N, 4N, 1N, 2N, 3N, 4. Now both measures. 1N, 2N, 3, 4N, 1N, 2N, 3N, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. One more time, the same thing. Okay, so now we have these basic chords and we have the rhythmic placement of the chords. That by itself should be enough to convey the essence of this song. So if you can just play that and you have a good singer or a good melodic player, that should be able to propel the song forward. However, let's learn some of this nice arpeggiation or figuration or picking pattern. So you're going to start with this E minor, but when you strum it, let's remove the 3rd finger from the 4th string, and what you're going to do is strum it and hammer on. You hammering the 4th string from open 4th string to 2nd fret while playing the chord. You could emphasize that part a little. Okay, then you play the open first string, open second string, and open third string. So far we have this. 3E and 4E and 1E, 2E. Now switch to the C chord. And as I said, the C chord comes on the end of beat 2. So it might be worth it just to review this a little bit, just the first 1 and 2 end of measure 1. So we're doing the chords E minor and C with the figuration. And it's interesting to note, a moment ago we were talking about starting with the basic beat of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then advancing to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now as we add in these other features, we have to advance one more level, and that is to add another order of subdivision to 1E enda, 2E enda, 3E enda, 4E enda. Okay, so we can divide each beat now into 4 parts. Alright, so I'm going to play the first 1.5 beats. 3E enda, 4E enda, 2E enda, 3, 4 again. Okay, now after that we've got this C chord in our hand, so all you have to do is play first string, second string, third string, fourth string. Okay, so that would be a way to finish measure 1. I'm going to do it in slow motion, then I'll take a short break and then I'll do it again. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, here it comes again, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to switch to the G chord. Okay, so you'll notice I'm using this particular fingering at the moment for G. Alright, so what you got to do is grab the bass note on the 6th string, the 3rd fret. But while you play that, you're going to play some upper voices. I'm doing it with my thumb, index, and middle. I'm playing the bass note on string number 6 and playing the open string number 2 and 3 together. I'm thinking you could do the same thing with a pick. And if you happen to add that open 4th string, it wouldn't hurt. Alright, so we have that little chord, G chord. Then you play the upper 2 voices of the chord. When you do that, the 3rd finger or the 1st string is already prepared at the 3rd fret. And then you go back down and play the lower, the 2nd and 3rd voice of the chord. By that I mean string 2 and 3. So we have the first beat is played with the bass note and the little dyad on top, the 2-note chord, and then another 2-note chord, and then back to the initial 2-note chord. Sounds complicated, but it's not. Now at that moment you're going to switch to a D. So that's 1 and 2 and. So notice we came to the D chord on the end of beat 2. So it's G switching to D. We've got a little bit to go here in measure 2, but let's just go ahead and rehearse the first 1.5 beats. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need to finish this measure off by playing the D chord again. What I'm doing is playing the top 3 strings of the guitar. You could do it with a pick again. You could play this song with your pick just as well. So you play those top 3 voices, and then you play them again, but you hammer the 4th finger on the 1st string. So you're moving this note on the 1st string at the 2nd fret up to the 3rd fret. There you can hear it. I guess if you want to be technical, we could say that's a D suspended at the very end there, but okay, so now we have measure 2, switching from the G chord to the D chord. Then you you play the D chord again, play it one more time and hammer on it. Okay, so I'm going to review all of measure 2 in slow motion. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, one more time, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now just 2 times in a row, measure 1 and 2 in slow motion. Okay, with all the fancy picking, counting to 4, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that pattern is played over and over. So remember also, as we said when we began, that you can simplify it. You don't need to do all that fancy picking necessarily. And you can also move the capo to wherever it fits your voice or your instrument or your singer, right? Okay, so if you need to learn more of the song or review, you can study the sheet music and tablature I have provided in this video. Okay, so with these items, I hope you will have the tools to study well and have